Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking you on a really extraordinary journey, one that peels back centuries of history right in the heart of modern Tokyo. We're not heading to Shibuya's bright lights or Ginza's fancy shops this time.
No, somewhere quite different.
Exactly. We're looking at a fascinating historical district, the former Upper Nerima Village, or Kami-Nerima Mura. Now, you might know parts of it today as Nerima Ward. It seems like a quieter, mostly residential area.
Right, it has that reputation.
But don't let that fool you. We've dug into some incredible sources, and they reveal this amazing tapestry of stories. We're talking ancient battles, local legends.
Even some really surprising origins for places people know today. What's so fascinating here, I think, is just how deep the layers of history go, often hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and uncover how this seemingly ordinary area was actually a real crossroads for significant events, unique cultural practices.
So think of this as our mission for you today. We explore these stories, find some hidden gems you can still check out, and see how that past still echoes.
Precisely. A historical scavenger hunt, if you like.
I like that. And by the end, you'll hopefully see Neriuma in a totally new way. Understand those echoes. Okay, let's start digging in.
Do it.
Right, let's begin with the name itself. Norima. The sources we looked at have a few really interesting theories about where it came from. What did you find most compelling?
Well, the one connecting Nerima to Neriuma, meaning trained horses, is pretty vivid, isn't it?
Yeah, horses.
It gives you this picture of the area as like a bustling training ground.
Yeah.
And we know it had this historical link to horsemanship.
Okay.
But another strong possibility is Norinuma. That's an ancient post station name.
Norinuma.
Yeah. Nori hinting at maybe crossing or riding, and Numa meaning marsh or swamp. So that paints a picture of the early geography too.
So it makes you wonder, like, which came first? The horses needing training grounds or the marshy land influencing the name?
That's a really good point. The sources kind of suggest it was a gradual thing, you know. Both the landscape and what people did there influenced the name until it settled into Nerima.
Right, like proof of how daily life shapes a place's identity.
Exactly. It's baked right into the name.
And it wasn't just the main name, Neriuma. Even smaller areas inside the village have these cool naming clues.
Oh, yeah.
Like Takamatsu, literally tall pine tree, apparently from an old saying about the village having this one big landmark pine.
Huh. Simple but evocative.
And the records also mention tagar, which might mean something like rice field with withered rice plants.
Withered rice. Why?
Well, it seems the soil there, that loamy volcanic ash soil, wasn't actually great for rice, but perfect for other things like root vegetables. We'll get to that later.
Okay. So even a name reflecting agricultural challenges. These names really are like little historical documents, aren't they? Geography, economy, daily life, all packed in.
Totally. Okay, speaking of deep history, let's jump way back. Back to the Sengoku period, the Warring States time, specifically 1477.
Right, a really turbulent era in Japan.
And Nerima was apparently right in the middle of some serious action.
It was. That year, there was a major conflict. It involved the local rulers, the Toshima clan. They'd built Nerima Castle.
Okay, a castle right there.
Yep. And they sided with some rebels against a really powerful figure, Ōta Dōkan.
Ōta Dōkan. He's famous for building Edo Castle, right?
The very same. A renowned warrior. And his forces attacked Nerima Castle. They besieged it, set the town around it on fire.
Wow.
Yeah. And the battle eventually led to the Toshima clan being defeated, and their other nearby castle, Shakuji Castle, also fell.
So this wasn't just a small fight, it was a big deal.
Oh, absolutely. It really changed the power balance in this whole Musashino plain area.
Right.
Left a mark, even if you can't easily see it today.
And here's where it gets really interesting for anyone visiting today. That ancient battlefield. Where is it now?
Well, the site of the old Nerima Castle is somewhere many people might actually recognize, though probably not for its medieval battles.
Go on.
It was, for a long time, the Toshimain amusement park.
Oh, Toshiman. Right, the beloved park.
Exactly. And after it closed down in 2020, a big chunk of that land became something else entirely.
Which is?
The Warner Bros. Studio Tour Tokyo. The making of Harry Potter.
No way, from samurai battles to Harry Potter.
Quite the contrast, isn't it? And part of the land is also now a disaster prevention park called Nerima Castle Ruins Park.
That contrast raises a fascinating point, doesn't it? Turning a place of, well, brutal fighting into this world of fantasy and magic.
It does. What does that say about how we process difficult history?
Yeah.
Maybe there's this need to sort of rewrite the landscape with something joyful or escapist.
Building new layers.
Yeah. If you visit the studio tour or the park, look closely at the ground, especially around where the old Hydropolis water park section was in Toshimain. You might notice slight rises in the land.
Ah, echoes of the old castle defenses.
Believed to be, yes. The last physical hints of that fortress from over 500 years ago. It's like history is a palimpsest, war hidden just beneath the magic.
And there's still that beautiful old carousel from Torchmain there, too, isn't there? The German one.
Yes. It's been designated a mechanical heritage item, a lovely, tangible link back to the park's nearly 100 years of history, standing right there amidst all these layers. A symbol of endurance, maybe?
Okay, so from battlefields, let's shift focus a bit to a quieter, but maybe just as deep, part of Nerima's past. Its spiritual side, its cultural heritage.
Right. The sources tell some interesting stories about ancient prayers, unique local customs, things that show us the everyday beliefs back then.
Like the story of the monk, Ryobin.
Yes, around 1357. This monk, Ryobin, came to the area, near the old Kamakura Kaido, the highway.
Okay.
And he did something spiritually significant. He buried a sutra cylinder that's a container holding Buddhist scriptures.
Right.
And built a mound over it called Ryobinzuka. It was essentially a powerful prayer for peace, for Buddhism to spread during what was, again, a pretty turbulent time.
A quiet act of devotion against the chaos.
Precisely. That cylinder, by the way, was dug up much later in the Edo period, and it's now kept safe in Nanzoin Temple.
And can you still connect with this history today?
You absolutely can. You can actually walk along parts of the old Kamakura Kaido route, maybe starting near Sajinomi Station.
Oh, cool.
It's a quiet path, takes you right to the Ryobinzuka remains. It's just a small, peaceful square now. But along that route, you'll also spot old milestones, little stone Buddhas. They're just quietly telling their stories.
Feels like stepping back in time.
It really does. And near there, right on the border between modern-day Nakano and Nerima wards, you find something really unique.
What's that?
A pair of Jizo statues, known as Gankaik Jizo, Wishing Jizo.
Wishing Jizo. Okay, this sounds interesting.
It is. This is where it gets a bit quirky, based on the old customs.
How so?
So about 300 years ago, the tradition was, if you had a wish, you'd actually push over the smaller of the two Jizo statues.
Push it over?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Gently, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
The idea was the larger Jizo, trying to help its little companion up, would then grant your wish.
Wow.
And then, once your wish came true, you had to go back and set the small Jizo upright again.
That's amazing. It's like a gentle negotiation with a deity.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It really shows that simple, fervent folk belief from the Edo period, doesn't it? How people interacted directly with these figures.
Definitely. What were Jizo usually for?
Often placed at village entrances, things like that, to ward off evil, protect travelers, guardians, but also helpers.
So you can still see these wishing Jizo today?
Yes, you can visit them, see their forms, weathered by time, and, maybe make a wish yourself, perhaps in a slightly more conventional way now, respecting the spirit of it.
Right. But the cultural stories aren't just spiritual. Nerima has this deep link to craft, particularly food craft.
It does indeed. Our sources pointed to something quite special, a surviving piece of Edo-era food heritage right in Nerima.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
It's a place called Kuchiya Saburoman in the Nakamura area.
Kuchiya Saburoman.
It's Tokyo's only remaining miso brewery that's been operating continuously since the Edo period.
The only one? Wow.
The only one. And they really stick to traditional ways. Additive-free, handmade, natural brewing. The master brewer there can apparently tell you exactly how the local climate, the environment, affects each batch differently.
So this is living history you can actually taste.
Exactly. You can take a guided tour, apparently. See the traditional koji making process.
Koji, that's the mold starter for miso, right? And steak?
That's the one, Aspergillus oryzae.
Yeah.
They cultivate it on grains. You can see how they do it. And you can even taste, I think, 6 different kinds of miso.
6 types.
Yeah, to really understand how that fermentation changes the flavor, even if the salt level is similar. And they even do workshops where you can make your own miso to take home.
That sounds incredible. It's more than just food, then.
Oh, much more. It's a direct line back to the area's farming past, the skill passed down for generations. A genuine taste of old Tokyo.
Amazing. Okay, so from ancient beliefs and tasty traditions, let's talk about how Nerima actually sustained itself. Its agricultural roots, and then a huge transformation later on.
Right, and a key part of that agricultural story is the Nerima Daikon, the Nerima radish.
Ah, yes, the giant radish.
Exactly. The soil there, that soft volcanic ash soil we mentioned, perfect for these radishes. They grew incredibly long, sometimes up to a meter.
A meter-long radish.
Apparently so. And they were prized specifically for making takonzuki.
The classic yellow pickled radish, a staple.
It was a really important crop for the village's economy.
And naturally, there are legends about how it started.
Of course. One story ties it to the 5th Tokugawa shogun, Tsuneyoshi. Says he brought seeds from Owari when he was ill.
A shogun connection.
But there's a more down-to-earth story, too, about a local farmer named Mataroku, who supposedly discovered this variety through natural crossbreeding in his fields.
So the grand shogun story versus the local farmer's ingenuity.
Exactly. The shogun one is probably not historically accurate. The timing with the Montaku one, who the pickle's named after, doesn't quite line up. But it shows that desire to link local things to famous people, right? Gives it prestige.
Boosts the brand.
While the Muraku story really celebrates the local know-how, the farmer's skill, grounded in the community.
But didn't the Nerima Daikon almost disappear?
Sadly, yes. Disease was a big problem, but also just changing tastes and rapid urbanization eating up the farmland. It nearly vanished.
But it came back.
It did, which is the really inspiring part. In 1989, locals started the Nerima Daikon cultivation project. They actively worked to bring it back from the brink.
So it wasn't just a crop anymore, it became like a symbol.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It shifted from being just food, a necessity, to being this cherished piece of cultural heritage. It reflects how we're learning to value and protect local identity in our modern cities, remembering what makes a place unique.
That's great. So how can people connect with this Daikon story today?
Well, if you're there in November, during the harvest season, Nerima Ward holds a Nerima pickled products exhibition.
Ah, so you can try the real deal. The authentic Nerima Hanboshi Takuan.
That's the idea. Experience that unique flavor directly.
What else?
You could look for local wagashi shops, Japanese sweet shops. Some sell daikon monaka, which are sweets shaped like the radish or sometimes using it, a sweet nod to the story.
Nice.
Or, visit a local farmer's market. You might find the actual revived Nerima daikon for sale. Support the growers, keeping it going.
Okay, now for a different kind of transformation. Much more recent, but equally dramatic. Let's talk about Hikarigaoka, the Hill of Light.
Ah, yes, Hikarigaoka, such a bright, modern name. But its past is, well, considerably darker.
How so?
It started life as the Narimasu airfield, built by the Japanese Army in 1942.
During World War II.
Yes, for Imperial Capital Air Defense.
Yeah.
And it was also used as a training base for special attack units, a very somber history there.
Right. What happened after the war?
After Japan's defeat, the Allied forces took it over. It became Grant Heights in 1947, a huge housing complex for U.S. military families. Apparently, it also provided jobs for many local Japanese people working on the base.
Grand Heights. How big was it?
Massive, almost 2 square kilometers.
Wow.
And it stayed a U.S. base for quite a while. It was only fully returned to Japan in 1973 after some complex negotiations.
And then it became Hikarigaoka.
Then the land was completely redeveloped, turned into the huge Hikarigaoka Park we see today, plus residential areas. It was officially given the name Hikarigaoka Hill of Light back in 1969, even before the final handover, a name full of hope.
That whole sequence, wartime airfield, American base, now this peaceful park and community. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
What does it mean for a place to hold such different, contrasting histories within living memory? It embodies so much of Japan's post-war story, the shift towards peace, redevelopment, new beginnings. It's powerful.
So when you visit Hikarigaoka Park today,
You can walk across those huge lawns, see families enjoying themselves, and maybe stop by the Prayer for Peace statue. It's a place that really invites reflection on that journey.
are there any hidden traces of the older history left?
For the really observant, yes. You might spot subtle things, maybe old concrete structures like bunkers, half hidden, or even, some say, old no parking signs left over from the Grant Heights era.
Wow, tangible little links.
Tiny fragments of that complex past. Oh, and if you go in autumn, the avenues lined with ginkgo trees are just spectacular, a beautiful symbol of renewal against that heavy history.
Okay, finally, let's tie some of these threads together with something that's always been there. The Shikuji River.
Ah, the river, the lifeblood, really. Rivers are so often the original highways, the shapers of settlement. And the Shikuji is no different for Nerima.
It goes way back.
Oh, yes. Back to the Jomon period, thousands of years ago. Archaeologists find ancient settlements all along its banks. Then, in the Edo period, it was absolutely vital for farming, watering those fields, including the ones for the Nerima Daikon. Its main source, Sanpoji Pond, was even considered a scenic spot. It shows up in ukiyo-e woodblock prints from the time. So valued for beauty and as a resource.
But rivers aren't always gentle giants, are they? Especially near cities.
No, exactly. As Tokyo grew, as Nerima urbanized, things changed. People started filling in the natural wetlands, straightening the river's course for development.
And that often leads to problems.
Big problems. Flooding became severe. The sources really highlight the Kanagawa typhoon in 1958. Devastating. It wiped out bridges, caused huge damage.
People must have had a difficult relationship with it then.
They did. Apparently, they even had a nickname for it, Yakai Bori,
Which means?
the troublesome ditch.
Ah, tells you everything.
It does. But that history, that struggle, represents a really important shift, I think, from just trying to adapt to the river to trying to control it completely, and then finally moving towards more of a coexistence.
Learning from the past.
Exactly. After that terrible typhoon, there were major river improvement projects. They didn't just build higher walls, they created green belts along the banks, spaces people could actually enjoy. A modern approach.
And it worked.
It seems so. The flood control is much better, and the water quality has improved dramatically. Happily, fish are returning to the clearer waters.
That's wonderful news. A success story.
It really is a testament to long-term effort, learning how to live with the river again.
So today, people can enjoy it.
Absolutely. You could walk or cycle along the Shakuji River Promenade. They call it Shinshoi Terrace. Enjoy the peace, see the wildlife coming back. It's a great example of Nerima's commitment to green space and ecological recovery in action.
Nice. Are there any hints of the old river, the troublesome ditch, still visible?
Again, for the keen-eyed, you might be able to spot places where the old river channel used to run before they straightened it, and maybe slight depressions in the land nearby.
Okay.
And look at the bridges. There's one called Dorakubashi.
Doraku, doesn't that mean something like pleasure or hobby?
It does. Pleasure Bridge. But the name is apparently ironic
Oh, why?
because it kept getting washed away by floods and had to be rebuilt so often. People started sarcastically asking if the builders were just doing it for fun, as a hobby.
Haha! That's brilliant. A bit of dark humor in a bridge name.
Exactly. These little details, they give you such a unique window into the river's long, sometimes difficult relationship with the people there.
Wow. What an incredible journey we've taken through Upper Nerima Village.
It really has been something.
From those samurai echoes under the Harry Potter tour to the quirky wisdom of the wishing jizo, that delicious miso and the resilient daikon,
The profound transformation of Hikarigaoka.
and the river always flowing through it all. It's so clear this area is so much more than just a quiet residential spot.
Indeed. These stories, they're like keys, aren't they? Unlocking the real spirit of the place, the soul of the landscape.
Yeah.
They remind you that even in a huge city like Tokyo, these hidden histories are everywhere. Just waiting for someone to look a bit closer. Every street, every park, every local shop has a story.
It really enriches the present, knowing that past.
Definitely.
So next time you're exploring any city, maybe step off the main tourist trail. Think about that quiet park or that little stream you pass.
Could it hold a story that goes back centuries, waiting for you to discover it?
It raises that question, doesn't it? How many ordinary places, maybe even in your own neighborhood, are hiding these extraordinary pasts?
Just waiting for their own deep dive.
Exactly. Go find those stories. We really hope this deep dive into Nerima has given you a fresh perspective and maybe sparked your next historical adventure.